There's an endless variety of holiday desserts, but one that's specific, that's known as the mascot of Thanksgiving, is the pie. And it's the inspiration behind our new series, Eyes on the Pies. A pretty crust can transform the look of your pie, but a little bit of cutting, crimping, or weaving will give your Thanksgiving dessert a serious makeover. Joining me in the kitchen to kick off this series is Alyssa Bybee with a few designs for a prettier pie crust. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
We were talking about how this is really something that isn't very difficult, but it can make a big impact.
Definitely. You know, adding a decorative pie crust, it really only takes a few extra minutes. And if you've already got the pie crust made, might as well.
Right, because you're using the scraps. And is this something that you generally do with all your pies?
Yes, if I'm not putting a crumble on top, we are doing something pretty.
I love it. Okay, let's talk about the big debate when it comes to pie crust. And I have this internal debate. Butter or shortening, where do you fall?
Oh, that is the ongoing debate, and I say why choose?
Okay.
I use both.
You do?
I do.
In one recipe?
In one recipe, I use half butter, half shortening, and that's because, you know, we love the flavor of butter, but we love the flakiness that shortening adds because shortening is pure fat, whereas butter has some water content in it. So the pure fat is gonna give you that super short, flaky crust. But we love that flavor of butter. So, you know, you mix and match the two, marry the two together, and you get the best of both worlds.
Because I do feel like shortening sometimes makes it easier to roll out too, in my opinion. Okay, so you have brought some designs. You're gonna show us three different designs we can do on our pies, okay.
Okay, so the first one we're gonna do is if you're doing like a full topper on your pie, is we're gonna do some cutouts. And you can use whatever you've got around your house. I'm using some little simple piping tips, different sizes, circles. I've got a little mini cookie cutter here, but again, whatever you've got. You can use a marker, you know, that's got that same circle tip, you know, just make sure you wash it before you use it. And so we're gonna start by just doing some little cutouts and kind of giving, you know, and you can get creative here. You don't have to follow a pattern. And so we're gonna use some different sizes to
well, and this is so easy, you could even let your kids get involved with this.
Yeah, it's really fun. And so you can, again, we're gonna go with like big and small and really just kind of have at it.
And just, you make that topper pretty thin though.
Yeah, you make it pretty thin. You want it to be a little bit bigger than your pie pan that you're using so that you make sure you have a little hangover. You don't want it to be too short so that you can kind of bring the edges together when you put it on top.
And then that's just gonna give you, especially if you have something bright inside, like you've got strawberries,
you get the little strawberries showing through. And so then you just get this fun little design.
Yes.
And then you can just add it on top there. Again, bring it all together with your pie crust. And then you can do, you know, do your little fluted edge on the edge there if that's what you're wanting to do. Or just crimp it, whatever you want.
Whatever you like. So cute. I really like that idea. And you could do a pattern or you could do a random. It's totally up to you.
And how long did that take? Like 30 seconds?
Yes, you did it so fast.
Okay, so the next one I'm going to show you is how to make some flowers.
And that's what caught my eye. They look like little rosettes.
Yes, yes. So we love to do little flowers here. Again, I'm using the same kind of big round circle here for piping tip. And you can use different size circles to give you different size flowers. So we're just cutting out some circles here. You need 4 circles.
Okay. Oh, to make one?
To make one, or I'll make 2 flowers.
Okay.
So like kind of one set.
So 2 for each.
So we can actually do this together.
Okay, great.
Here. So you need a little bit of egg wash to kind of just help them stick together. So we're gonna just stack them.
Just overlap them like that?
Overlap them a little bit. I'll give you a little egg wash here. You don't have to get
you do all 4?
Yep. Things. And we're just gonna kind of press it down so it kind of sticks together so you kind of get this little chain going. And then you are going to roll it up.
Just one side to the other. Yep. Of course, her pie crust is perfect. Perfect and malleable.
And then you're just gonna take a little paring knife and cut it in half. And then you have 2 little roses.
Two.
And you can kind of take the edges here and kind of flare them out a little bit to give them that really pretty kind of, you know, full rose.
This is one I've never done before, and it's so cute and easy. So cute. Again,
so
kids, a little project with the kids.
Yeah. And you could, again, you could do there's ways to do lots of different flowers. I've got some other little flowers over here. You can use these same little circles, piece them together to kind of make your very traditional kind of daisy style flower, and then put a little center in there. Yep.
And you could even do that with the hearts.
Yeah.
There's so many things.
Yeah. Put the little hearts together to make a little flower. Reuse the scraps that you used from your cutting out this one.
I love it. When you bake these, do you need to do any, do you put egg white on top of them, and is there any?
So if it's going straight onto the pie filling, you don't need to do anything. If you're trying to put it onto like the crust, the edge of a pie crust, you're going to want to use a little bit of egg wash to help it bind because you usually have a little dusting of flour in there, it might not stick.
Okay.
So if you're going to like put it on there, just add a little egg wash to try and to help it stick onto it.
And sometimes I notice they will burn like quicker than the rest, and you want to put a little tin foil over the top.
Yeah, so if you notice that your edges are starting to catch, sometimes I will, put some tin foil around the edge. Yeah, you can see on this one, the edges were starting to catch, but the center wasn't quite as done as I wanted it to. So you'll want to put some foil around the edge there so that you keep those edges nice and golden, but not too brown.
Okay, and your last one is braiding.
Braiding. So what we've got here, again, we've just got some scraps right here. And I've got a ruler, you don't have to, you can just eyeball it if you want to. And I've got a pizza cutter, you could also just use a knife. But we're just gonna use this to give me some nice straight lines. Makes it really easy.
I've never done this before either, but just a traditional braid.
Just a traditional braid, or you can do a 2-strand or a 3-strand, super easy. And kind of the secret here is try to keep them flat. You don't want them to twist. So we're just gonna keep them nice and flat.
And yeah, that looks so easy. And I see that you also did one over there that's just like a twist. So you could do a twist, or you could do a braid.
To make it a little simple, just a twist.
Oh, look how cute that is. And you just use these to
And you can make them go across. You can do a whole lattice if you want. You can do a partial lattice, or you can go use it around the edge. Again, if you're using it around the edge, use a little bit of egg wash to help it stick to the edge there. And you can mix and match these together. You don't have to like do, if I'm just doing braids, Yeah. Do some braids together, add the flowers in there.
Mix and match.
So fun to like mix and match the two together.
Okay, and she gave us the permission to use the shortening and the butter together, and you're sharing your pie crust recipe.
Yes, your pie crust recipe will be on your website.
I'm so excited. We will put that on our website for an easy connection point for you. And where can people get more from you?
All my recipes are on infinetaste.com, or you can follow along with us on social media at infinetaste.
In Fine Taste. Thanks, Alyssa.
Thanks, Amy.
So fun.